Red Wings fans, stand up. Yeah, we gonna throw them wings up, wings up, wings up. Show the league that this is our time. Let's make the city proud. We gon' win the Stanley Cup, Stanley Cup, Stanley Cup. After that we gonna party. We gon' show everybody. We show them all around the world. We show them all around the world. We show them all around the world. We gon' throw them wings up. We gon' throw them wings up.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to say from a practice. I mean, I won't overjudge that. You know, you're getting used to your surroundings, you're getting used to drills, all that kind of stuff. I mean, he's big, he's fast, he can shoot it. I knew all those things watching tape. I enjoyed talking to him this morning. You know, I think he's been through lots of experiences, which I think sometimes when you've been through hard experiences, it makes you better in the end, and I think he recognizes that. So it'll be good to get him in some games, and you know, I'm not going to be very judgmental after one game or after two games. Let's watch him after a number of games.
If he's somebody who likes to shoot, he could potentially be a good fit. It looks like you have him with Nelson and Hirose.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, he likes to shoot. He's a good skater, and so, you know, both Nielsen and Hirose are good at setting people up. So I'm hoping that can be a real good match and make another dangerous line for us. You know, I think Filppula, Athanasiou, and Mantha have been dangerous. It hasn't always resulted in goals yet, but they've been really dangerous. And you know, if you can go get three real dangerous lines and then a hard forechecking line, I think you got a good makeup up front.
Well, he's playing the power play right away.
Right now, we're going to give him a chance in the power play, and you know, I think he's got the skill set to be real good on the power play, and so he can. Again, he's a guy who's an elite shooter, and really, if you look at his numbers over the short course of his career, he's scored goals in the NHL.
He's somebody who's quite a high draft pick, but people develop at different rates. I mean, what do you think? He still has a lot in him, like kind of potential-wise? Well,
you know, we think there's the chance that he still can blossom into a really good NHL goal scorer and player. And now, you know, I think his first year in Arizona, he had real good numbers for a young guy, and then it's dwindled since. Those can happen for numerous reasons, and certainly a lot of that's on him, and I talked about that. Like, if he, through the course of his 3 years or so in the league, hasn't learned and gotten better, then well, it'll probably be the same as what it's been. If he's learned and gotten better, then he puts himself in position to succeed. He's got two things here. He's got a clean slate, and he's got opportunity, and he's got to make the most of those.
What are the traits of guys who historically do learn and do have it click a few years in?
The willingness to look in the mirror and say, I have to get better, and not play the blame game that I've just been kind of screwed at every stop. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, that to me is the number one trait. Some guys, it clicks, and they look in the mirror and they say, you know what? I got to own a lot of this, and that doesn't mean that every situation was perfect or all that, but I got to own it, and I got to find a way to get better, and they have the mental toughness would be the other thing, to not let their confidence just sink, you know. And I think if he's got that unique ability to look in the mirror and say, I got to own it, I got to be way better, and two, also have the mental toughness to keep his confidence high after going through tough stretches, then he's got a chance to be one of those guys where it really clicks. It does for some guys, and some guys it doesn't.
Sorry, Jeff. Is that the late bloomer is more of a mental adjustment than, you know, or an attitude adjustment? Because the talent's always there, right?
I don't want to say attitude, because I think implies that somebody has a bad attitude. I'm not saying that. What happens is you come into the league and you had success a certain way, and when you have success, you don't change. Like, you know, and I've talked about this with Mantha. He scored 80 goals in 80 games and didn't really have to skate. You know, why would you skate? You don't have to. Well, whatever it was, he had success coming in to make him a 12th overall pick. And then you get in the league and you're not having the same success, and it's hard to just right away say, okay, I got to change. Like most guys, it goes through some trials and tribulations, and they got to find a way to change. Dylan Larkin had to do that. I mean, Dylan Larkin's second year was a hard year. You know, like he didn't play many minutes. He didn't score many points because he had to change certain habits for him to develop into a way better defensive player. And to his credit, he looked in the mirror and he dug in. And I think it's really, really hard for guys when they're young. Usually when you're young, you have your back up a little bit and you get defensive, and you can't get better if you're not willing to admit you have to get better. And I think so sometimes when you go through some situations like for him, it happens to be a couple trades. I think then you mature as a person, and you're older, and you're willing to say, okay, I got to be part of the solution. It can't just be a blame game. And I'm not saying he's done that. I don't know Brendan. I just think that's a generality. And I think Brendan, to his credit, talking to him today, he knows there's things he's got to. It's just basically on a day-to-day basis, he's got to come and play as close to 100% as possible. And then, the biggest thing I've said to him is you're a great skater. There can be no glide in your game. So you can't wait for the puck to be on your stick to really skate. You got to skate away from the puck, meaning forward check, back check, all those things.
Excited to be here now and stuff, and ready to get going.
You have some history with Dylan, right? Were you and he texting, or?
Yeah, we grew up together. We played together when we were 14, 15, Bantam and midget. So it's funny to almost 9-10 years later be back at it again. It's pretty unreal.
So how many years ago was that you played with him?
It would have been 20. I think I moved here in 2010. So 2010, 11, then 11, 12. And then I went to, we both went off to junior, so yeah, it was unbelievable. It felt like 2 minutes ago, and now we're both NHL, so it's pretty crazy.
Do you see this as like an opportunity to maybe break through here, Brendan, or just kind of like maybe better than what you had in Arizona or Chicago?
Yeah, I feel so. For me, I haven't played too much this year, so I'm excited to get back in and show these guys here what I can do and with my speed and shots. So, I'm excited for a fresh start and opportunity here. And, it seems like everyone's good guys and stuff, and they got a good group here so far. So it's going to be fun.
What does it mean to a young player when it's Steve Yzerman basically sending you the message he wants you on this team?
It's cool. It's obviously to be wanted is obviously great for yourself and confidence and all that kind of stuff. So like I said, I wasn't really playing too much there, and tried to make the best out of that situation. But I'm here now, and I'm going to try and make the best out of this and work hard every day and do everything I can to try and help the team.
Can you just describe your game? What are your strengths? What do you feel you can bring to this team?
I'm a pretty quick player. I like to play with speed and pace, and I'm a shooter, so I try and create chances for other guys and myself, and so those are probably my strongest assets. And I know they got a lot of fast guys here, obviously AA and Larks and guys like that. So it's kind of plays into my hands as well, which we can both kind of obviously help each other.
A lot of young hockey players move to the Detroit area because of hockey. Their family move here. What is your background? Why did you move to Detroit?
Yeah, pretty much like that exact reason. We were looking to either go to Toronto or here, and my brother played at Michigan State, so it was close to him. We moved kind of around Shelby Township, like Rochester area, so it was easy for us to access and watch him, and for me, really good hockey and good way to develop and stuff. So that was the ultimate reason why we spent so much time, and then we've been here pretty much ever since.
Have you lived in Michigan most from like 2010 on, or
yeah? So
and everything?
We split time. My parents will do basically hockey season September until whenever June, and then we go back to Sault Ste. Marie, my hometown, in July and August. So after season, like last couple seasons, I'll do April, May, June here, and then go back to Sioux summertime. So yeah.
Were you a Red Wings fan, or did you grow into that when you moved here?
Yeah, no, I was. My brother was a bigger Wings fan, but how can you not like the guys they had here? Datsuk, Zetterberg, all those guys, and even going back further, Fedorov and those type of guys. So they were always I loved all the Russian guys and stuff. They were like my favorite, and it's pretty cool to be around here now and see some of the stuff on the walls and stuff. But for me, I'm not really too worried about all that, and just kind of trying to learn things as quick as I can and stay focused on playing.
How did you come to be born in England? Were you just there?
So my dad finished his career over there. He finished in early 90s, maybe 1 year before I was born, 95, something like that. And I was born like during the season, April, so I was born over there. My brother was born off season in June, so he was born back home in Canada. But we stayed there. I lived there until I was 11, 12, and then moved back. And my brother was like 14, so long time in the UK, a little bit in Canada, a little bit in the US, so all over the place. I could be here all day talking about it.
Is it exciting to come to a team where obviously, you know, they're looking for somebody to help them with scoring, help them winning, just kind of be part of, you know, a rebuild potentially?
Yeah, it's I've been a little bit in this situation before in Arizona where, you know, we had some good young guys and stuff, so I kind of know what to expect that way. It was different in Chicago where we had like a few young guys and then a mix of obviously older guys who had won. So, you know, very familiar with this situation and, you know, going to try and obviously fit in with the guys right away and stuff and get to know everyone and hopefully, you know, that translates to on the ice.
Have the
Being
wings.
your third team, what have you learned about what it takes to stick and hold a place in the lineup and all that?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely over the course of the years you pick up little things and you learn a lot from, especially from different guys too. The first year getting to play with like Shane Doan and stuff, it's, you know, you can learn so much off of guys like that. So for me, one thing that I always try and do is you know, keep a good attitude and especially around the guys and work hard and improve every day. There's always something for me that I can try and get better at every single day and try and improve on. So that's my main thing.